think I'm going to call this patch day. Beautiful Sunday outside, other than about -2. I think I'm going to call this patch day because that's all I've been doing all day, is minuscule little patches. Did a couple patches up here, just looking around, finding every little possible point I can do. So I was looking at the headlight front chin or edging, and ended up putting a patch right on the front there and there. So I pounded back what was there, relieved of there was some rust pitting all the way through. So I took it out and made the template, and just migged it around and migged it around. A little bit of Bondo will fill it in. The fillet's pretty good right in here, and finished up that one. And then I also did this one over here. It worked out much the same way, and put the fillet right in on there and patched it. There was a bunch of pitting, like I said earlier, and a hole up in here. So took it out, pounded it back, and put that, I guess, little faceplate in. I also said earlier I had some wheel well rust, so I took just an overlap patch. I just put it right on top right there, just to hold that in. I did one here. That actually is quite a triangulated piece. Get rid of that, because this comes down underneath the front fender well mount. So I made a new plate there. I'm going to have to drill it out for the mount. It goes right down in there. You can see the dust left over from little MIGs on the other side. But I put that plate and I hooked it right down underneath. For no reason other than to give it the thickness. I was just matching it over here, and it went much the same way. As much as this one was up underneath and spot welded, that one went right over top and cap welded. And when I was at that, I saw there was some pretty cheesy stuff right in here too. So I covered that up. I'll take the pencil grinder and get rid of most of that weld edge right up in there. And did another one or two back here too. I put the B-post right in here. There had been about a 3/16 of an inch gap, and it's just slightly buffed right now. But I made a little piece and fit it right in there. I've got to take the pencil grinder and grind that weld head off. But I put that piece right in there. Gonna have to do the same to this side next. You can see what it was left like, eh? Just that, there's an overlap, but just not quite enough. And this wheel well didn't need any patches. This thing was actually pretty darn good. I showed you before, this thing's all done. I actually went over this again, and I did some build weld on it. Just a close eye where you can see where there've been a couple light splits. I just went and I did some poke weld and got some good penetration, and then buffed it down again. And then I put this patch right in here too. There's metal to metal, but you can see where it had cheesed out in a couple areas. And rather than cut that whole panel out, it's going to get one hell of a coating from the inside. Just to give me something to weld to, I just did a patch right over top. With that thing sealed right up, there shouldn't be any moisture ever getting in there again. So next it's to do the same thing here on the other side. And I've got to do some filling over there. And then take the wire wheel to this thing everywhere, especially up underneath the firewall of the dash panel, and get that cleaned right out. I might still put a patch right over top where the battery box goes, just for a clean run. I haven't decided yet, but this thing's soon going to get cleaned all up, and then go on the after I do the I've got an epoxy undercoat. I've got a etching paint that goes on all bare areas. It can go almost anywhere. I'm going to do the etching paint, and then it's an undercoat. It's just like the box liner for your truck. I'm going to try that all on the underside. I haven't decided whether to do the trunk box yet or not. But that'll be the wheel wells, inner fenders, B post, A post inner, and going to get planned on that tomorrow or the next day and get everything out. It's all in a black textured coating, so hopefully that turns out pretty good. Take care.